背負って存在する。異次元を生きる者たち。
Welcome back for another unboxing. I have one of my favorite characters from the anime and manga, One Piece. And in one of my favorite forms, that is Monkey D. Luffy, captain of the Straw Hat Pirates, specifically in his Devil Fruits Awakened form, also known as Gear 5th. This statue is also made by Gin Studio. The studio also made a Lucci in his Awakened form along with this Luffy, which was shown on the box, but I did not end up getting him. I do like Lucci as a character, and his design is pretty cool, especially in his Awakened form with the black clouds around him, but not enough for me to buy a statue of him. Though I'll admit it was pretty tempting after his fight with Luffy was animated. This lightning effect piece is one of my favorite parts of the statue. Now for the headpiece, really like how the face expression turned out, and I especially like the hair. But I'll admit, the eyes do look a bit funny when seeing it straightforward. Now on to the second layer. Here's another effect piece. However, I actually don't know what this is supposed to be. Possibly dark fire or smoke, maybe special hockey effect. Either way, I love the coloring for it. Then comes the signature white smoke or clouds surrounding Luffy. I really like the spirals you can see on them. Can't forget the straw hat itself. Then comes what I guess can be considered as the base, as this is modeled after the giant robot on Egghead. And finally, the main body itself. Love the coloring and texture given to the clothes, and the shading on the body is well done in my opinion. I do find it funny how Luffy's clothes turn white when using this form, other than his sash, but the purple is a nice contrast to the white, and it looks pretty cool. Now time for the assembling, as one of Luffy's foot is connected to the base, which can make it tricky to move around. And now for the effect piece, which is placed on the other foot, but it isn't connected to anything, again making it a bit more annoying to move around. Then the sash, which is connected through a magnet. And now for the cloud piece and the arms. This is where I struggle the most, since putting on the smoke first made it difficult to connect the arms, and connecting the arms first made it difficult to put on the smoke. But thankfully I managed to connect them without breaking anything. And finally, the lightning piece, which is held on by one of the arms. The height from the base to the statue's hair is roughly below 8 inches. And to the tip of the cloud piece, it's roughly above 9.5 inches. Now, quick display of the completed statue. This Luffy statue also cost me $158 USD, with the shipping being $61. I really like how this Luffy turned out. The pose isn't too complex, and the statue itself doesn't take up too much space. It has a giant robot, referencing Egghead, while holding onto the lightning bolt is one of the few things he displayed on Onigashima, which I loved how they animated and even extended the scene in the anime, bouncing off the lightning like he's in some boxing or wrestling ring with ropes. Luffy has always been one of my favorite characters in the show, and I've always enjoyed his fighting style, especially how the enemies and opponents always seem to think he's never serious because of his goofy nature, but finally achieving his awakening took that to a whole new level, and I absolutely adore it. It was incredibly hyped to see Luffy use his form when the manga chapter came out. However, there was one thing I disliked about it initially, and that is how it was revealed his fruit isn't a paramecia, but a mythical Zoan type. I was slightly disappointed because I like the idea of Luffy having a random rubber fruit is able to achieve so much by a creative wielder, even if stuff seemed off, like how Gear 3 functions or randomly igniting his fist on fire, rather than having some special fruit. But that was mostly a nitpick on my part. I just love how crazy Gear 5 is, and I enjoy it whenever Luffy uses it. I know some people dislike it because it can take away the tension in some situations, but it doesn't really bother me personally. At least I'm until Egghead as it's recording. Who knows how I'll feel in future scenarios, but I trust the process, and I can't wait to see what else Luffy will achieve as the story nears its end. This might be my favorite second Luffy statue I bought, the first still being the Gear 4th Bounce Man I have made by TH Studio, which I also made a video of if you're curious. That's pretty much it for the video. Glad to finally have a Gear 5th statue that I like, and I do intend to buy the one made by Mega House, so expect that sometime in the future, hopefully. But until then, thank you for watching, and see you for the next one.